Data Barracks themselves said that DR as a service is to be the most adopted cloud service of 2015. And this was actually written in 2015, and that small organisations don't need dedicated in-house staff. We haven't really got a large IT team. With technical disaster recovery knowledge, and large organisations don't need to pay for expensive secondary sites. They can ensure their business is protected at all times at a fraction of the cost of traditional DR. We've certainly seen it come down. We're paying £30 per server per month. So our 3-year contract is now is about £80,000. Previously, we were paying £26,000 per annum for our DR. Gartner, no one's used a Magic Quadrant today. No, sorry? First one today. Actually, Data Barracks isn't on there, so I'm going to move over it really quickly. But moving on to Gartner and the Magic Quadrant, what they said was actually probably more important. Because DR as a service and server and storage resources are both virtual and can be activated on demand, exercising flexibility and the rapid initiation and post-declaration recovery operations are often superior to more conventional approaches. We're hoping to see that when we finally get a test working. And they're saying, like ourselves, earlier DRS adopters are small organisations whose data center infrastructure is typically less than 100 servers. We've got about 62. They also talked about how it was an evolving market and also how you can use DR as a service not just for traditional data disaster recovery, but also as a means for failover if there's a need for that to support improved IT service continuity. That's what we're hoping to achieve. IDC Technology Spotlight said similar in their using the cloud to deliver data protection and business continuity best practice, and they've said that the data protection is one of the primary use cases for cloud storage. So you can see two companies there, two large research companies, both saying that they see cloud as being the place where DR is going to sit soon. The data is stored and staged in the cloud can be restored more easily. We're hoping to see that at some point in time, more accurately and more quickly than data migrated to and from a remote vault. We were actually told by our auditor to throw our tapes away in a professional and environmentally sound manner. So we shouldn't. Now we've moved over to this, there was no reason to have tape on site. And in fact, all it was doing was holding data that someone else could potentially take. They talked about, IDC talked about two primary factors to adopt the cloud-based business continuity. Better service levels agreement. We saw that, or we've seen that, in the fact that we actually have this, the remote monitoring almost as free, and reduced data protection costs. However, the take-up is hampered by the complexity of integrating solution components, potentially, and relatively slow data transfer speeds. It was slightly worrying when we were doing the first transfer of the first server, and I think it took something in the region of 2 days to get the whole thing over, and that was one of the larger ones. It was obviously it would take about the same time to get it back. And they're saying the optimum solution requires both backup appliance and backup management software. Again, IDC talk about the desirable cloud business continuity solution features, seamless integration between the on-premise backup and the recovery solution in the cloud. I think we're almost there with that. The deduplication of data before the data is transmitted, that's part of what occurs. Multi-provider support and encryption from source to target, again, that's what's provided. So we know when our data moves, it is safe to do so. They talk also about potential risks, about unwieldy data growth. We know we can add additional servers, but that's going to take up additional transfer time. And what if the provider fails themselves? That's why it's important to have the exit strategies in place. So in conclusion, as far as IDC are concerned, data backup is one of the clearest and most cost justifiable use cases for cloud storage. That's backing up what Gartner was saying. IT organisations can automate and offload routine tasks to free themselves for more valuable activities. For many applications, it may be possible for organisations to completely eliminate tape from the backup process, which is what we've done. Eliminating tape reduces the risk of data loss as well as the cost of the media itself. Properly staged data in the cloud may also significantly improve service level delivery. Again, that's what we're hoping that is going to be achieved. Thank you.